for watching Edupedia World videos. In this lecture, we will continue to talk about material termination in sales and distribution module in SAP ERP system. In our previous lecture, we talked about customization of material termination. We learned about the first step in customization, setting up a condition table for material termination. Now we will move to the next step. Second step, set up the access sequence. Now we will take a closer look for this customization step. To create your own access sequence, use transaction code OV11 or go to transaction code SPRO. Click on SAP reference AMG. As usual, go to Sales and Distribution, Basic Functions, Material Termination, Maintain prerequisites for material determination. And click on Maintain Access Sequences. You have an informational message that the table is cross-client. Press Continue. So first, you will create your own access sequence by pressing New Entries button, or you can select one of the existing access sequence and press Copy as a reference. When you create your new entry, you need to provide 4-character identification key and meaningful description. After that, when you create your own access sequence, you need to double-click on Accesses. So you need to assign the condition tables you created earlier to your access sequence in the sequence of the most specific to the last specific or generic condition. Maintain any requirements that you want to assign to access sequence. You can leave this field blank. After that, check fields for your access sequence and table. You can change special value source here, but we'll leave this field blank. So this is an example of access sequence for standard SAP access sequence A001 and A002. We see our access sequence, we see assigned table number 1, and we see assigned fields. If some fields that you want to your condition table do not exist in the field catalog, you can add them If you want, you can add these fields to the catalog via transaction code OV26 or using the activity Maintain Field Catalog from the Choose Activity screen. Here we see all the fields that we can choose from. So if you want to add fields here, we just go back to the screen overview and double click on Maintain Field Catalog. You can add some fields by pressing a New Entries button. After that, you can return to your Maintain Access Sequences screen, select the access sequence, go to Accesses field, select your table, and go to Fields tab in the dialog structure. And then you can add here some fields from the field catalog. When you make here all necessary changes, you can just press Save button. And if you have transport request, you can save your transport request. And you can return to the maintain screen. So this was the second step in customization. Now we will move to the step number 3. So next step is set up material termination types. As usual, you can go to transaction code SPRO and follow IMG path, sales and distribution, basic functions, material termination, and double click on maintain prerequisites for material termination. Now choose the activity for define condition types and double click on it. You can create your new condition type by pressing New Entries button or using copy as a reference field. When you create the new entries, you provide 4-character identification key and meaningful description for your material termination condition type. After that, in the access sequence field, you must choose your access sequence to assign your new access sequence to the condition type. As an example, in first line, we see condition type A001 and access sequence A001 is assigned to condition type A001. If you want, you can set up validity rules for your condition type that can control the condition record validity as valid from date and valid to date. After providing all necessary steps, all necessary changes here, you can press Save button. And after that, press Back button. So we learned how to set up material termination types, and now we can move to the step number 4 in customization of material termination. So step number 4, maintain the material termination procedure. So as usual, you can use IMG pass, sales and distribution, basic functions, material termination, and double click on maintain prerequisites for material termination. To define your own termination procedure, choose the activity for maintain procedure from the choose activity screen. You can create new procedure as usual by pressing new entries button or copy as reference button. Here we see an example of standard SAP procedure A0001. When you press the new entries button, you need to provide a 6-character identification key along with a meaningful description for your termination procedure. After that, you need to assign your condition type that you created earlier and set a requirement if you need it. So for standard SAP procedure A0001 material termination, we see that we see assigned condition type A001. After making all necessary changes here, like creating new procedures or change some existing procedures or deleting some procedures by pressing delete button, after that you need to press save button and return to the IMG path. And now, when we learn how to maintain the material termination procedure, we can move to the step number 5. Step number 5 assigns the material termination procedure to sales document types. So as usual, you can follow IMG path, sales and distribution, basic functions, material termination, and double click on assign procedures to sales document types. See overview screen here, and this customization step is very simple. So all you need, just find your sales document type. You can use position button to find necessary sales document type. Just for example, we can use standard order. After that, press continue button. So when you need to assign material termination for sales document type, you just need to enter your material termination procedure to material termination column. Or when you need to delete this procedure, you just select your entry and press delete button. If you need to assign, just use find button, and from the list you can find and choose necessary procedure. In our case, we don't want to provide any changes, but if we want, we provide like this, and after that, we can use save button to save our changes. After that, we successfully assigned our material determination or material substitution procedure to specific sales document type. The same material determination procedure can be used for different sales document types, but for one sales document type, we only can use one material determination procedure. After making all necessary changes, just press Go button and come back to the IMG path. After we assign our material determination procedure to a sales document type, we are ready to the last step in customization of material determination. And last step is create the substitution reasons. So double click on define substitution reasons, and you can create a new reason by pressing new entries button or copy as reference as usual. To create your own substitution reason, you will need to enter a 4-character identification key along with meaningful description. And you see some additional fields here. So, substitution reason, the column that contains the 4-character identification key for the substitution reason. Description, the column description contains a meaningful description for this substitution reason. Entry checkbox, this checkbox controls the printing of the material number on the output form during output processing. When selected, SAP prints original material and its description on the output, such as invoices, order confirmations, and so on. Next, warning checkbox. This checkbox provides a warning to the user before substituting a material. This warning works only for manual substitutions, not for automatic ones. Strategy field. This field defines the substitution strategy. If you leave the value in this field blank, substitution is automatic. When the value is A, substitute products are displayed to the user for making a selection. At this time, an ATP check is also performed by the SAP system. Selection B is similar to A, but with no ATP check. Next field, outcome. This field controls whether the substitute material should replace the original material entry in the sales order or should be created as a sub-item of the original entry. When the value in this field is blank, the items are replaced. When the value is A, the substitution products are displayed as sub-items. Value B acts like A, but applies only when creating items in sales orders. And last field is substitution category. This field is used only for service orders. When you select A in this field, the serviceable equipment on the service order gets replaced with the service product, thus allowing pricing to happen at the service product level and not at the serviceable equipment level. After providing all necessary changes, just press Save button and go back to the SAP Easy Access screen. So we have successfully learned about customization of material determination. We learned how to set up a condition table. We learned how to set up an access sequence. We learned how to set up material termination types. We learned how to maintain the material termination procedure. We learned about assigning the material termination procedures to sales document types. And on our last step, we learned about how to create the substitution reasons. So now we have all necessary knowledges for material termination in SAP Sales and Distribution module. Thank you for watching Edupedia World videos.